Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Wisconsin All-Star Wrestling. This is the last episode of year 2. It's been a crazy ride with getting so close to the 70 mark, or just, flowing in the 60s, not passing the hump of getting 70. That way we get those bonuses. We haven't gotten it this year, and the sponsor was like, okay, this is your last chance. If you don't get it, we'll double the money for the next season, and hopefully you get it. So instead of 250, it'll be 500 for the 70%, and it'll double, because it was 250, 500, and 1 million. So it will be 500,000, 1 million, and 2 million when I would get 90 and above. But that'll be a long while until I get that. But the promise for Oscar Shaw is not going to be completed because they've been battling with Butcher Taylor and stuff. So, and the last episode we kind of deleted some storylines, which was Butch Taylor and a tag team, the Fly Cruz brothers. We deleted them as well because it wasn't like a overall back and forth, so to speak. It was more of the only way it would spike up is the angles, and so there was no, hey, they win this match, they win that match. It was the Kings of the World was dominating throughout the whole entire thing, so it really didn't help the High Flying Cruz brothers at all. So yeah, we've got 62. We had a 69 2 events ago. 65% the event in September, and then August of 2022 we had 62 and 66. So we've been close on the cusp of almost getting 70%, but we have not hit there at all this season or year. So and this kind of event is more of hitting those storylines basically only to kind of end it off on a good note. No extra tag team, no nothing. I just had it pre-booked already that it was good to go for only the storylines, and we'll have to re-sign these people because Killian James and Ryan Dominguez, they kind of work together as decent competitors for the future, but they're in Ryan Dominguez is not really doing anything right now, and Killian James is with Togaru Sugawara and Billy Clean and Emmett Razi are kind of together in a storyline right now. Gabrielle, not really using him, so I'm going to allow his contract to expire because we really haven't had to use him, and he is not in a storyline to be used. I don't know why this is popping up. Overall, I don't have him signed or whatnot, so I've looked at him, but maybe it's because I shortlisted him, and that's why he's there, so I can snag him after that date. But anyway, we'll simulate to the event. So we'll simulate up to the 23rd. And we'll stop for the promises or whatever emails. Title request. We haven't been using you, so we're going to reject for the time being. May hurt my reputation with that person, but you're not really in a storyline right now. So I really can't give you a title request. And so this will keep simulating. Alright, so simulates to the next day. And it is already pre-booked and everything. So yeah, it's pretty small with the amount of time. It's just like on the cusp of the amount of time of what we need. So this is what we have going on. We also have an email. Yeah, I failed to meet the Oscar Shaw requirement, but you were in a storyline with Luister Ayula, kind of a duo together against Butcher Taylor, but he was kind of like not backstage stuff, but off to the side. So it's already pre-booked, so we can start the show. This is all basically storylines and everything else combined, so it was perfect for the show. So to start off the show, we have the storyline of Rain Grimes' last event just won the title, and so she's kind of coming out, cutting a promo on Zoe Matthews, celebrating and everything else. And so the entrance, Star Power, the good looks at an 83. Then Rain Grimes cuts a promo on Zoe Matthews, her Star Power good looks, and Star Power of Zoe Matthews added to the story beat to get a 68%. So, a little bit difference, but, still a good score. And then Zoe Matthews makes her entrance, the Star Power of her, as 81. Then they get into a brawl. The badass gimmick of Rain Grimes, the Star Power of them both, and then the good looks of Rain Grimes adds an 80%. And they were pulled apart by basically everybody in the backstage besides the owner and the booker. So the badass gimmick, the Star Power of them both, good looks of Rain Grimes, and the Star Power of Samuel Jennings added to the beat for an 82%. And then Cooper Murphy, which is the owner for, because entertainment and everything kind of involved with this. And Star Power good looks of Rain Grimes and Star Power of Zoe Matthews to get a 55. So that probably what beat it down tremendously. Otherwise, I probably would have thought maybe that would be close, because the true segment score was a 96, but with all the calculation and multiplier and everything, it's a 74. So it could have been a little bit higher if probably this was in the 60s, that it could have been maybe a 76 to a 78. So, but overall, good start for the show. Got a next segment of a 43%. Aaron Carrasco and Alex Adams, Alex Adams has been dominating Aaron Carrasco ever since he lost the match with Quadus Okum for like the last time of facing the heavyweight title for a long while. They have a 61% true value score overall, 78% match quality, and then 43% final score with the 59% like true segment score. The Star Power good looks, Star Power of Aaron, and then good looks of Alex. Alex was struggling with breath. Local crowds were in love with the segment. The reaction made it even better. Stage and camera quality, like the whole entire series, has been the same. Alex Adams gained 0.2 and Aaron Carrasco didn't lose anything. So 43. Then we got a 78 with Van Dwan Conte and James Adkins. So we have a video of Van Dwan Conte, just hyping him up a little bit with the Star Power, had a video. Then James Adkins was interviewed by Connor Macias, the booker. The Star Power of James added to it. So we had a 76% and a 79 to get a 78% final score. The true segment score was 100. So with the multiplier and everything, getting a 78%. just kind of talking about the storyline and everything else. And James Atkins and Van Juan Conte have been dominating with it. And then we had last event of Isabella Carlson calling out Ava Torres, and Ava Torres is now like calling out Isabella Carlson, get a 66%. Star power of them both added to the story beat. They both gained 0.2 from it, so they had a true segment score of 86%, but with the calculation, 66. Not bad. And we got a 49 with Killian James, Emmett Rousey tag teaming against Takaru and Billy Keane. So as the heels and the faces facing each other. You got a 49% thought, mesh together a tag team with them. And Killian James had a boost of his gimmicks, his star power added to it, the intimidating presence of Emmett, and good looks of Emmett added. Killian James was struggling with breath. Star power of Takaru added to the match. The vocal crowd loved the segment. Killian James did the heavy lifting. The only person that gained something was Takaru. Takaru won for the match. Everyone else didn't gain anything. And Takaru was made to look like a threat in this match. It really helped their popularity. So 49%, it was a true value score of 68. Match quality of 74. True segment of 73 with the 100% crowd reaction. So we had a 63 with Holly Chen being attacked by Anna Becker. And then Anna Becker cuts a promo on Holly Chen overall. So the star power of them both and the good looks of Holly Chen were on both of them. They both gained 0.2. 54% on the first one and 71 on the second one. True segment score of 81%. And then calculations with the 63%. Then we have Javen Ibori and Jane Cooper going at it again with the every event championship. Jane Cooper had a boost of his gimmick, star power, vocal crowd. The reaction made it even better. Javen did the heavy lifting, camera and stage quality, and Jaden lost 0.1, and that's all that changed. Javen Ibori continues to have the title at 85%, 63 match quality, and true segment of 76 in the calculation. And we top it off with the 82% of this main event segment of Matthias Langley was getting interviewed by Cody Horn about Quadus Okum because he's continuing to dominate, and star power and good looks of Matthias Langley added to it. And all of a sudden, Quadus and Matthias engage in a brawl. Very few were offended by the level of violence in the attack, because I raised it up a little bit with a medium attack, because you can go mild, medium, heavy, and then like total extreme. But I went to medium. Star power of them both, and then good looks of Matthias added to the beat. And then Quadus and Matthias were pulled apart by everybody. And star power of them both, good looks, and then the star power of Samuel Jennings added to it with an 82%. So everybody was getting 0.2 from it. Matthias and Quadus are going after it at 82% on the first one, 83% on the brawl, and then 82% with being pulled apart. Hopefully, maybe it makes up for everything, but I think the 55 and the 49 and 43 are going to knock everything down, because this is the 82, the angle of 66, 78, and 74, but never know what the total calculations, but we're getting there. Oh, we got a 73. So we did, at the end of the year, finally get $250,000 at the end, and we can change a population to any desired, like Latin America, Europe, Asia, Oceania, or Africa. We can change anything and also help an opponent as well by 0.05. So we gain 0.3, but we also get 0.05 added onto it to any level that we want. So we're going to end the show. And we had 278 people show up for that too as well. So that is phenomenal. So I'm just going to have an event log, so if you hear the papers ruffling, it's me finding my page where I can write it down real quick. We did get the 73%. We've been waiting all year for that to finally end at the end. Alright, so we are going to go to our database and we're going to go to promotions. So for this, even though it says 5, we're at 5.7. We're going to simulate to the next day. So we're at 5.7. Go to the settings of promotions. It won't really show the 0.7, but we are going to add. We're going to add 0.05 to that location. Takes a couple of times. Alright, so we're adding it to Latin America, that's like right next door. And we'll see. Yeah, I'll put it back. So gain, it's going to say 0.1, but it's 0.05. Unless if we just make it 0.1. No. We got another save going on as well. 74, 70 down there. That will change. But I think I'll just make that 0.1, and then we can help a friend as well with 0.1 instead of 0.05. We'll have to change that, and then at the end of the month we'll add $250,000. So I have to go to database and go to promotions. We're gonna help our partner in crime. We'll help them with Latin America and do 0.1. Alright. Do 0.1. There we go. We'll go to main office. So we Got 0.1 in Latin America. Now we're back up to our 5.7 up there. While we're at it, we'll renegotiate Ryan, Billy, Killian, and Emmett because they are in storylines right now. But Gabrielle, we are going to let go. We'll give you 2 years. She's going to go up in price. It's been working pretty well so far. So we'll make that offer of 2 years. He accepted that. Rain Dominguez. We'll give 3 years, or we'll give him 2 years as well. Alright, Killian James. Give him 2 years. Alright, I think it's just taking a minute to accept it. Yeah, we'll add him creative control. That way he goes down a little bit. Oh, not indefinite. Oh, okay. We are going to change that. So we can go to roster. Who was it? Emmett. What's his lower mid card? Badass. Alright. So we can renegotiate his lower mid card. Okay, he's gonna renegotiate a little bit higher. That's fine. So he does not have an indefinite contract. So we're gonna go back to the office. Now we're cooking. We got Latin America now, so we can do that. And then we're gonna simulate to the 1st of January. That way we can add $250,000. Push request. We're gonna accept it because actually after that event with taking that brutality, you and someone else want a push request, and you guys are going to get it because she wanted a push request. She wanted a promise of a push request. She has right now a whole lot of titles historically. She's been dominating. So we're going to change the push main event card. So that succeeds that, which improves the relationship because she wanted a push, and now Dias, he's upper mid card, and we'll push you to main event too as well. So then we get another email saying, hey, your improved relationship, go to the office. We'll simulate to the next day. And he leaves due to we don't use him. So since we don't use him, we will wish you for the future endeavors of where you're going. I think he may have signed with somebody, but I'm not entirely sure. But, so, we can add $250,000 added to what we originally have right now. So we have 75,284, and then 467 plus 250,123 equals 75,534. Okay. So promotions. 534. Save changes. We're gonna go to finances and see. Oh, then that changes. Well, I'll change it back after, because it rounds down to the nearest central or nearest whole number, and I'll change it back. It's kind of frustrating sometimes. So we'll go to finances, merchandise. Holy! For December, $552. That is quite a bit from $78 to having only people in storylines. I think that's what's made the difference, that we added extra people that aren't in a storyline, and that is what's got us to the 73%, and that's what will put the storylines above farther. Yeah, maybe their segment score and whatnot may not be the best, but having the people in storylines, active storylines, will make a whole lot difference. And so they have to be in a storyline in order to do something great within the promotion, so to speak, and gain that extra money of going from $78 of merchandise when we would add like a random tag team or a random match in the middle of it, and going to $552 within merchandise, of having just only people in a storyline. So that makes a total difference. And then sponsorship money, nothing has affected on that. We spent a little bit less of money because we only used the people in the storylines. And then obviously the $600 worth of production, stuff like that. But that makes a whole lot difference. So that is good to know for the future. And what we're gonna do right now, before I end the video, is go to promotions. If there's any inactive, should have done it right after the event, but Oklahoma's inactive. We're making all these promotions that are inactive active. Alright. It's quite a bit. There's some towards the top too as well, so it's not just these, but I know for sure these are inactive. Like, I know I said I was making them slowly active, but at the end of year 3, we are making them all active, and so that way we can tell who has left our promotion. So I may have to make a written contract for Butch Taylor before I simulate the next day. We're almost done with it. But it's a lot of, and we just went down here. So all 50 states are active now. Now we have to go to contracts, find Mr. Butch, making it our written contract. Is going to be earning $250 for his written contract, and it's not a indefinite one because it will expire, or I renew it, and I will fix that as well because that should be 5.7. Kind of bugs me. 5.7.1. There we go. We'll go to the Minnesota one. So that's going to be 0.1. It's probably going to revert back to 0. I'll do it again. So that's saved. And we'll simulate the next day and see who is leaving. Nobody as of yet. We'll simulate the next day and see. Alright, so with the rest of the promotions active now, nobody has left. Okay, she's Aubrey Wilder. She's part of 4. She's part of South Dakota now. Okay. Taylor is a written contract now. Alright, so no one has had contract offers and no one has left. So that will conclude the video. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video. Now, at the end of year 2, we've gotten at 73%, or just past the 70% mark. Overall, we've let one person expire for contract-wise because we didn't use that person. And the next set of contracts we don't have to worry about it until 2024. When that comes around, and we'll see if we are using them at that point where D'Angelo and Richards and overall, we'll see what happens for this coming up year with the main kind of segment even though it's continued, was Matthias and Quadis. After Aaron Carrasco could not win the title again, and he won't be able to get back to the title for a while. So he's kind of working his way back up, so to speak. So and Matthias is doing pretty well. And then also adding Rain Grimes into the contention, with Anna Becker trying to work her way back, with Holly Chen and Rain Grimes beating Zoe Matthews, and having good year. We'll go to awards. Oh, they've had a few events already. Okay, so for 2022, Matthias and Quadis had the best match. First, second, third. And then Athlete Central, Kings of the World, Extreme Lunatics, Jaden and Javen. Females Take Over, Money is Reality, Jaden, Javen, Dana, Rocha, and Riley probably for the tournament. Steve Farmer, Tuaru for that tournament. Javen and Gabrielle for that tournament. So, match of the year has been dominated by Wisconsin All-Star Wrestling. Angle of the year, Jaden and Javen at 82, tied with Matthias and Quadis that just happened in December. And then Jaden and Javen with 80% right behind. Matthias Langley, probably doing a video or just cutting a promo. Matthias and Quadis 79%. Them again at 79%. And then James Adkins and Vanduan that have been doing pretty well. Them again. Jane and Javen with the 78. And Vanduan, James, and Connor 78. So we've been killing it with the angles. Wrestler of the year is Matthias. Then James Adkins. Then we have Riley McCarthy, Rav McKee, Rain Grimes, Aubrey Wilder, Solomon, Blankenship, Maximus, Blackburn, Abby Perry, Dana Rocha, Weston Mendoza, Terry Park, Aurora Haley, Jordan Dorsey that we used to have, Nixon Shepard, Ronnie Miller, Molly King, Mateo Pennington. How long does this list go? For like 68 people. Okay. But yeah, we got the top 3. Then 4 we do not have. And then the 5th, 6th. Don't have the 7th, don't have the 8th. We have the 9th, 10th. So we got quite a few people that are up there in the rankings for our show. Men's wrestler, Matthias, James. So we have the top 2. We skip 3, 4, quite a bit. And then our next person is probably Maxim Cruz, 18. So top 2 and then 18 with Maxim Cruz. So this is for the men. For the women, Riley McCarthy we have, Rain Grimes we have, Aubrey, Abby, Dana. So we have the top 5. Laura Leone, yeah, she has the every event championship that we don't have, that we haven't been using because that has been away on the storyline. We'll probably have to bring that back sometime. But now since I mentioned it, she won that every event championship tournament. Promotion, Wisconsin All-Star Wrestling, 11 events, average score of 64, 42 for California, Florida, Nevada, Alabama, Indiana, Illinois, North Dakota, Nebraska, Michigan, top 10. Then show of the year is the 73%. All of our shows, the top 10 shows, okay, of all of our shows that we've scored. But the top one being the 73% with the attendance of 278. So that is it on the awards, and I will be officially ending this video. I totally forgot about the awards for the end of the year awards, and that caps this video. And since we did get that 70% mark, we are sticking with the 250, 500, and the million. We are not going to bump it up just because we only got it once. The sponsor was like, if you don't get it this last event, we'll bump it up, times it by 2. But if you do get it for another year, sign the contract that it's going to be the same for this coming up year. And then instead of the 0.05, we'll just do 0.1 for the whole adding the population to the stuff. So we have 0.1 for Latin America, and we have 5.7 for North America, and we're just going to continue to rise on it. So that being said, hopefully you have a good day, night, wherever you are, and have a good one.